What is up, Light Fam? Welcome to another video. My name is David. I get a lot of questions from people that want to know how to change their current reality. So instead of making another video on how to create your own reality, I figured that I would dig a little bit deeper on this one and discuss the subject of shifting realities or jumping realities, jumping timelines, as well as give some shifting reality methods. Shifting is a little bit more seamless than creating. So let's get into all of that good stuff right now. Shifting realities or shifting timelines at its core is really just you shifting identities. So that old identity, running that old program and those old behavioral patterns begin to dissipate. And the new identity, running the new programming, begins to show up in your current timeline in the form of you acting and thinking in vibrational congruence with the new higher timeline. So for example, let's say that your new timeline begins to root itself in your current reality in the form of you showing up on a daily basis, taking those action steps in that new business that you've always wanted to start. Or maybe the new you shows up in your current reality and solidifies itself in the form of you making time to jog in the morning or making healthier eating choices. Or maybe your new identity shows up in your current reality in the form of you no longer looking for validation in that new relationship that you're in. Or maybe the new you shows up and takes root in your current timeline in the form of you vehemently defending your personal boundaries. So that new timeline, that new identity, is going to vibrationally align you with that new higher timeline, which is in greater vibrational congruence with your life's purpose. How to know that it's your life's purpose? Well, you're going to feel like it is just you, like you're being yourself, like you were always meant to be and do that specific thing because you were. You decided to incarnate to do that specific thing. And when you do that, your heart and your higher self are in alignment. And when that congruency happens, that's that union between physical and spiritual. And at that point, that's when your life is kind of firing on all of the proverbial cylinders, so to speak. So this is where shifting reality methods come into play, because that new identity is going to root itself in your current reality when you act like your new identity. And typically when you're able to act and think like that new identity, that's when that new identity or that new timeline becomes a lot more permanent. Just remember, anytime that you're wanting to shift realities and you operate from that old program, you're keeping one foot rooted in that old timeline. So every time that you people please, for example, when the new you had already started acting authentically, you're becoming more vibrationally aligned with that old identity, that old timeline, and the odds drastically increase for you to experience that old disempowering reality from which you're trying to level up. Now, I want to make you guys aware of a couple of rites of passages that you guys will have to overcome when shifting realities. And the first is what I like to call the next level stress test. So this is where a challenge or an obstacle or problem is going to show up that's in vibrational congruence with the next level up that you're trying to get to in your life. You guys may remember from a previous video that I made where I gave the example of your life is like levels, and the next level stress test will show up to prove that you're in vibrational congruence with that next level up. If you want to go see that video is called Spiritual Evolution, which you can go watch right here. But I will give that example here. So Let's just arbitrarily pick a level. Let's say that your life is at level 5. You just leveled up from level 4 and you're at level 5. Well, a level 6 stress test may show up in your life so that the universe knows that you are in vibrational congruence with a level 6 life. Now, if your knee-jerk reaction is to respond to that level 6 stress test from a level 4 mentality, like maybe you play the blame game, you're pointing fingers, you play the victim, you are self-sabotaging, self-deprecating, that is saying that your core frequency is a level 4 life, and you're self-identifying as a level 4, which probably means you won't stay at level 5 for too much longer. But let's say that that level 6 stress test shows up in your life, and you not only respond, you don't react, but you respond in a level 5 manner, which may look like stepping back and asking big picture questions like, what is this new challenge or obstacle trying to birth in my life? What is the bigger picture? What is the lesson here that this level 6 challenge is trying to teach me that has shown up? But you also respond from a level 6 mentality, which may be, thank you, universe, for this level 6 stress test. I'm ready for level 6. Bring it on. I'm here. I love you, level 6 stress test. I love you. Level me up to that next level. I'm here to take on any challenge. Now, that is a reality shifting method which causes you to think from a higher conscious awareness than your current physical reality, which will cause you to experience that higher timeline. The second rite of passage is that old timeline, that old identity, those old relationships and acquaintances will try to keep you on their timeline, on their old vibration, because your new vibration is out of resonance with where they are on their journey. They don't know or understand why you make them so uncomfortable now. It has to do with vibrational dissonance. So in other words, your higher vibration will tend to irritate and trigger the lower vibrational aspects of them that they would need to heal or raise in vibration to be in more vibrational resonance with you. Now, only those that are willing to do the inner work, or even realize that they need to do the inner work and own their own stuff, would understand this. But all they know is that, you know, you've changed, and somehow that's a bad thing in their eyes. But not just old relationships, but your old identity. Your old identity will hang on for dear life as your old identity feels that level of vibrational dissonance increase and intensify. Lower vibrational aspects of yourself or unresolved issues within you will be brought to the surface so that they can be healed, raised in vibration, because you can't carry those heavier, denser energies into your new, higher timeline. This is where shadow work is worth its weight in gold, because it does allow you to raise the vibration of those lower vibrational aspects of yourself so that you can level up vibrationally. How many times can I use the word vibration? If you are unfamiliar with shadow work, go watch my video here. What is shadow work? It gives you a really nice breakdown on what is shadow work. If you haven't done the shadow work yet, or maybe you have done it but just need a refresher or a different aspect or take on shadow work, then go watch my video here, how to do shadow work. Now, in addition, as you know, shadow work is all about healing. So this is a phenomenal spot to practice the ancient Hawaiian healing technique of Ho'oponopono. Ho'oponopono and shadow work go hand in hand phenomenally. So for more information on Ho'oponopono, go watch my video here, Ho'oponopono. So this begs the question, is the chaos or the challenge here to force you to jump timelines or shift realities? Yes. The universe is all about expansion. How can you become aware of yourself as universal consciousness if you stay in a disempowering relationship beyond the point of the lesson? How are you going to become aware of yourself as source consciousness if you stay in a job that you hate while you stand by and watch the dreams and the passions of your heart die? How are you going to become aware of yourself as source consciousness if you continue to people please, or any other example where you are disempowered and not celebrating your divinity? So you have to be able to think and act differently from the current timeline that you're on to be able to become vibrationally congruent with a different timeline. As you raise into your higher timeline, your energy becomes lighter. Your energy becomes thinner, less dense, and more of higher consciousness is able to come in and guide your steps and your actions to solidify that new timeline or new parallel reality that is in vibrational alignment with your heart. So once your heart and actions and vibration are all in alignment, that's when the real magic of life happens. And interestingly enough, it can happen so fast that you can look back on that old identity and it can feel like a completely different lifetime, almost like you're looking at a past life. Now, question of the day. Are you happy and fulfilled on your current timeline? Or is the universe nudging you to shift realities and jump to a timeline that is more in vibrational congruence with your heart? Leave those comments below, Light Fam. I would love to get an open discussion on this one. If you liked the video, then please like the video. I have to think of something. Something different for you guys. For more videos on shifting realities, reality shifting methods, anything involving a spiritual awakening, please click the subscribe button. Also, remember to add me over on Instagram _Lightways. I do answer a lot of questions over there as well. Remember to have a look around in the description box below. We still have the free 30-minute guided meditation on abundance. Again, if you have Gmail, that meditation will be under the promotions tab most likely. You can also sign up for some one-on-one Zoom sessions where we can clear some of those spiritual stumbling blocks that you might be having. Now, if you know anyone that needs to shift their timeline, they need to pass that next level stress test so that they can live their greatest version, please share this video with them. It may give them the insight that they need to level up their life. I believe that's it. I'm sure I left something out, but we'll get it figured out. Also, guys, again, I apologize for all this crazy wind. I hope it's not bleeding through to the audio, but I did not want to delay getting these videos out so I can help you guys in your life. I will see all of you in the next video. You know how we do it. Light, love, and abundance to all that are watching and to all you love. Peace, guys.